There we go. Um,
Aye.
yeah, higher time frame, at least 4 hour, definitely bullish. Obviously we've got this sort of trending upwards sort of thing. This area as well caused a decent break above this and this. So structure wise, mate, I'd say you're definitely right. Um, like I said that you've swept liquidity as well. Yeah, swept liquidity. Decent sized trend line there. Um, Obviously imbalances above to target these yellow lines here, mate.
Yeah, there's a nice daily one up there. Which is,
Yeah,
if it's going to come lower, it's probably going to head for that first, then come lower.
yeah. I think you're about as right as can be, mate.
Yeah, I left it running over the weekend to see where we open up.
See if there's more targets to target higher up than where it's than these as well. Obviously it'd be ideal, mate, to see it start breaking highs and things as well.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, it would. That one there. I'm trying my nose what you want to see broken, mate. Huge imbalance here to target. If it reaches that far, obviously. Chunks of imbalance up, obviously on the way down there. Like that width there. These will possibly be areas where you get a little reaction out of, possibly. It's filled black looks a bit. That looks relatively balanced. I'm not going to look at the seconds for it. Something there maybe. Maybe not. But yeah, definitely want to target in this or something in that, I guess, mate. If you can hold it that long, obviously. Um,
Yeah, I'm going to hold it, mate, for a while.
you are
Yeah.
big cojones. Did you get a nice tight entry on it?
Yeah, pretty tight, mate. And I had two positions on it, so I closed one anyway, well
Yeah,
into
nice.
profit, and just put the other one to break even and left it.
Yeah, sweet that, mate. Ah, two-ish, so I don't think that would have been news. Yeah, I think you're, as long as obviously you start seeing it breaking highs, mate, I'd say the signs are there for it to be a decent one. Obviously, there's no guarantees for it, there never is, but it's, yeah, I'd say you're definitely in the right area, mate, 100%. So did someone say something then?
Um,
No. Yeah, so I'd say you're about right, mate. I mean, I was from my 415 system. I mean, I was originally looking for an entry where this at late is. So if my system catches the bigger moves, then
yeah,
this is could easily just be a re-entry from there, selling up. I think this one was actually just shy of my late. I like. I think it's on the alert. Yeah, didn't quite trigger it, but lesson learned. Put the alert just before the imbalance fill.
just a bit higher up.
Yeah, it only needs to be like half a pip or something because, well, not much, but I missed it anyway, and I don't think that actually give me a proper entry as such. I can't remember now. A long time ago now. But yeah, yeah, good mate. I like it. It's a good area, and I've been trying to buy AU for a while as well. Or it's coming up at least. So
I've not
I've been
looked at
trying to
AU
catch up
yet.
now. Yeah, I've been. I mean, I had my orange zone a lot bigger than this. I've narrowed it down, made it up here, I think, because I actually tried catching these. Um, so if AU is trying to buy up or trying to buy that, then hopefully it's Australian dollar strength we're seeing. But I know JPY we're getting strength from, so AJ will likely be down a bit anyway, at least recently.
EG's one to look over as well.
EG was that? Sorry, mate.
Yeah, pretty bullish on it, I think, at least for a bit, for the start of the week anyway.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've hated EG this year.
It's been straight,
Hated it.
mate. It's gone sideways.
It's been absolutely crap. It's so I think from around about here, this I think it was around about here, this sort of period here, where actually like figured out my main system, and then as you see, I got all these possible entries on it um, until the beginning of pretty much the beginning of this year, and then it's just died. I've had nothing on it.
Yeah.
It's been
No, if you, when
absolutely
you zoom out,
crap.
it's just been crap, mate.
Yeah, a lot of sideways sort of stuff going on. Um, I think I actually took a few losses on it throughout the year. Well, a handful, not too many, but don't offer that many opportunities. But yeah, it's
If you're looking at this from a scalping point of view, I think we might see some definitely going to target last week's high.
yeah, yeah. It's do you mean it'll be this? Is this what you mean last week's high? That's
No, no, just so Lapid's if you drop on the weekly,
that candle there. Oh, this current one, you mean?
actually it looks better on the daily, to be honest. Bit undecided what it's going to do there. You're on a different chart to me, aren't you? You use effect, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think we'll sweep Friday's high, or it'll come up anyway. Probably fill that imbalance.
yeah, yeah. Up here. Yeah, it makes sense, mate, that it would come up here. I mean, it's taken possibly some inducement here. Uh, taken the inducement, filled something in here, break a structure to the downside. Could mitigate something in here and then continue down maybe. It's like it is definitely bearish.
It's not going to be high on my watch list anyway, that one, because it's generally shit.
Yeah, it's been a real slow mover this year. Um, I think I measured it a while back to be honest, because I was looking at summer February, so up here. 400 pips it's moved in a year.
Nice.
Yeah, but I think I was looking at it, must have been looking at it around here. I remember measuring it after the new year up until like I say May time. I remember looking at it going, it's moved like 100 or some pips at best. Just it's not been the best for me anyway. I don't know. It's not the best, but yeah, lots of consolidation goings on. Not a fan of it at the minute, but like you say, if that's taken inducement, sold off, inducement there, sweep. Take a look at that area. as well. I like that candle there. Check that as well. See what this is. Yeah, really like this candle here. Even on the 5 second, it's still a huge candle. So 84093, guys. If you want to, I've marked that up. That will, I would imagine that will at least get a little reaction. Just check that favourite one to the left as well. I like where that is as well. Although we have got equal highs there nearly. Not quite, but close to. Couple of imbalances there. That one up higher as well. Check them out. That one there. I'll leave them marked as well. So yeah, it could target them as well. So did you, sorry mate, did you say you was looking for a buy up to that somehow?
On EG,
Yes, mate.
yeah. I haven't got any zones marked out. I just
Equal lows
let me just
there
go
as
back
well.
to it, mate. Where is it? Euro GBP. On the 4 hour. I could potentially see us retracing back into that 4 hour imbalance.
Yeah. So we've had a sweep here. Just see what that's tapped in. This low's tapped into as well. I want to. So I'm looking at it from the perspective of my main system, but I don't know if that's going to work at the minute. So possibly tapped into this, whatever that is. There. Yeah, I can't get that far back. But yeah, it's possibly filled. Obviously, this candle's huge here. So it wicks back down, but there still might be some imbalance somewhere in there anyway. 4 p.m. in the afternoon that'd have been, so wouldn't have been news. So some authentic possibly. So yeah, it's possibly filled the last bit of imbalance from this higher time frame point of interest. And we're now possibly seeing starting to break highs up here. I would at least say that's the 1 minute anyway, high here. Structure there. So yeah, we're starting to break highs now as well. So if obviously this equal lows here, so I would be looking for if anything, if it takes me interest in the week, definitely looking for a buy, possibly somewhere from here to below these wicks here, I guess. Is that one? So that's 10 o'clock. So that's still that wicks and this imbalance is still live for me. I won't count that. Check this double candle out. Some lowers. Yeah, I'll leave that on. Just in case some littler imbalances lower anyway. I like the look of this one. This was nice. Obviously got it marked already. 10 o'clock don't count for me. Line. Another nice-ish candle there. And then obviously we've got this sort of candles going on here, somewhere in there. Might come this low as a big push, but I don't know. I've got a. I'm not always keen on the ones from the very extreme because if this is the manipulation here, if that has filled an imbalance to the left, I always feel that that's what's triggered orders. This is possibly the initial orders entering the market from the fill as such. So I'm usually a bit more keen for this to have happened, even if it's just this little 10-15 minute little, well, few minutes here. Then we obviously get a little bit of a pullback, and then we start to get the real sort of bankers orders, I guess, big players orders maybe. So yeah, I'll watch these in the week, and we start getting nice reactions from them. That would have been nice if that candle was down here. That'd be real nice. I guess that was 11 o'clock though. Yeah, yeah. So what I've found is with obviously from 10 o'clock up until 11, it's void, but you always seem to, even at 11 o'clock, you always seem to get this rally back up to where it sort of was at bang on about 10-ish. So I would discount all that in a way. But yeah, if we start getting decent reactions from if it comes back lower beforehand, I'd look to take possible buys from these. Target these hopefully somewhere. I don't think, like I said, unless it starts breaking this, I won't really look for long-term buys. This will be my 15-minute break. So for my
Okay.
main strategy, if it breaks that, I'd want it to then retrace and start doing a 1 minute, but and then buying up bigger term. But for my main system, that's a bit off yet. But short term, mate, yeah, it all looks good to me, mate. If they start seeing some short term buys at least.
Yeah, that's what I'll watch out for.
Yeah, no worries, mate. Has anyone got any other questions, guys? Anything they want me to look at, talk about anything? Trading wise, obviously.
Lee, could you just repeat what you said a couple of minutes ago when you talked about that sweep that you didn't like, and then you waited for the retracement again? I didn't quite get it. Do you
Uh,
remember 4 or 5 minutes ago on this chart, you were talking about how there was this deep sweep which had a big push off, and you said you didn't
oh,
like that.
yeah,
But that might have been it, yeah.
yeah, the very wick low, mate. So yeah, I could talk about it, mate.
Just tell me
But
what
it's
you.
not
Just
like,
repeat it. Just repeat it because I
yeah,
didn't quite get it first time.
right.
Thanks.
So I'll just go get it back on the screen, mate, just so
Yeah, that was it. That was it.
that one there, right. So obviously there's a trend line here that goes, obviously it's an angle, slight angle, 3 or 4
Hmm.
touches. Um, so the manipulation sort of happens. It takes liquidity here and fills an imbalance to the left. So sweeps
Yeah,
usually find themselves into an imbalance fill as well. So obviously the market's always doing like one or two of three things, which is create liquidity, take liquidity, or rebalance the market. So here they've taken liquidity and rebalanced the market in one manipulation.
yeah,
So the bit what I was saying before is I'm not always happy to try and take the obviously I'm looking for an imbalance fill for an entry.
yeah.
I'm
Right,
not
I get
always
it.
keen on the ones at the very extreme, so that the last
Yeah,
point. It used to be the only place I would take the order from, but there's from experience is and sort of I mean I'm sort of filling in the blanks myself. But when this takes liquidity and obviously it will ignite some buy orders once it gets to a certain point in the market. So this big push up here might be the buy orders that are triggered from whoever, just your general public. This might cause this initial pullback, and then
yeah,
obviously it starts continuing in back in the same direction that the market was moving. And then, so I'm not keen on taking the buy from these areas because this is then more than likely the big players, so your banks and your hedge
yeah.
funds,
Okay.
that cause these authentically rather than the manipulation that's triggered some
Well,
orders.
you've got a level there, just the same as the other side of that sweep as well, haven't you? Up a bit. No, you had it. You had it up there. You see, there's a level
Oh,
there already. So this is actually quite similar to the way Leon does his thing because he lets the sweep happen,
yeah,
lets it
yeah,
come back into his zone, and then he waits for a retest at the bottom. Right, I
yeah,
get it.
absolutely,
Okay,
mate.
it's
So
the
that's
same
that.
thing. I get it.
Yeah,
It's
it's. I
like
mean,
yeah,
generally, obviously, if I was happy with this anyway, as a sweep, and it filled an imbalance that I was happy with, and I thought things was going to start moving bullish. So I would obviously this is just trending downwards, creating
yeah,
lower lows, lower highs, and then obviously it does its thing, fills an imbalance. Uh, I would then say, well, this is your 1 minute change of character,
yeah,
so I wouldn't consider anything up until this candle close here,
yeah. Because you want
and
to
then
know
I
that
would,
it's reversing and it's going up now
yes,
before you
yeah.
enter. Yeah,
So
yeah,
I mean, this might have been the entry here, so obviously this is anything after this candle here.
yeah.
Just draw a line.
Yeah, that's cool. I get it. Thanks. Yeah, I get it.
That
Yeah,
candle there, and then obviously I'm looking for it to come back and mitigate something that for the buy. So this might have
yeah,
been it here. So it looks like this one does actually cause the break structure. So that might have been the entry.
yeah.
But at the same time, there's also imbalances lower that
Mm.
have also piqued me interest. But that might have been the one. So
Cool. Yeah, I get it.
uh,
Thanks. That's helpful. Thanks.
yeah, no worries, mate. Any more questions, guys? Any more pairs you want to look at?
Um, GU.
I'll look at you, mate. Just have a quick look at who we've got on.
I'm looking at buys.
What you are?
Well, I don't know. Buys to sell, probably.
Take them lows at least.
It's still massively bearish.
Yeah, it's. I think since the election, mate, it's just been on a rampage on it.
But we could have swept a swing low, I think, last week. For me, anyway.
Yeah, yeah,
But we still closed bearish for the week.
yeah.
But I could see some buys before coming lower.
Yeah, it's. Yeah, we've got obviously this
Especially
sort
on
of
a 4
structure.
hour.
Yeah, this is the format. It's yeah, it's I mean structure wise on it, it's a difficult one because you could class this as a structure here. So this somewhere from where it like here and lower could be the actual structure low. So this if this is a pullback, then until that high is taken, this would be considered one leg, which would then make that possibly the low. But yeah, but it could also be considered that that's a full leg as well. Obviously, there's always different structures going on, I guess, and it's not
Yeah.
always dead clear. So yeah, these might have been a swing low. There might just be traps and inducement as well. But I just highlighted this, mate, because
Every time I start to think I'm getting this, you guys start using new words.
what was it? It was what word, mate? Inducement.
Now I've heard him, but I thought, oh, this is starting to make sense. And then you start traps. But traps for inducement, the same thing. Yeah, I know. I get it.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
just think it's funny. It's a bit of a dark art. It's like doing a jigsaw in the dark, or like doing a jigsaw in the dark, and then for a minute they turn the light on, then they turn the light off. You've got to keep going.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the same thing, mate. And liquidity is the same
Yeah, I
as
get it.
well. It's all just different words. But
It's funny.
I suppose I used the term inducement because like I would have thought that these were swing lows as well. So
Yeah. It's
we
descriptive.
me
It's good because it tells you what's happening. So that's quite
yeah,
useful, actually. Yeah.
and obviously we don't know it's inducement until after it's taken anyway.
Yeah.
So but yeah, obviously I've highlighted this as well. I want to break this down in a second. I quite like the look of it. We might have just created a trend line as well. Just bear with me a second, guys. I'm just going to delete some of these blue lines because I can't see. No, no way now. So I'll break this down. Should have definitely Barry played before that. Jesus. News that one there. Possibly got imbalance here. Not the best. Mark that as well. I don't think it's going to be any good. There that. Obviously, if it does continue down, if we get a if price comes and tags these and then does a 1 minute break to the upside, I'd be quite happy to take a buy from them. Just look a bit closer to Heno, and we're not that far off. 70 odd pips. Do that possibly tomorrow. If it's bullet bearish. Don't see much. Obviously, this will be post-election price action, so it's just been continuing down. Yeah, I mean, I'll set an alert on these just above. Hopefully, like I say, we start getting reactions out of this, but I don't really see many targets above either. So let's see some big ones. What's something like that? Not the best though. Um, yeah, I don't really see many targets above, so not won't be too keen on holding for too long. Um, some nice imbalances around here, but definitely at least for a little bit more. I think we're gonna go lower. So I've got this marked from mid this year. I mean, if it come down here and did a 1 minute break of structure to the upside, I'd be taking buys. Obviously, if it takes this low, so it might retrace, but I would say we are definitely in a bear market at that point. But yeah, I don't see many targets for the upside, so I'm a bit dubious for looking for buys. Normally there'll be quite a few bits of liquidity or things to target. Obviously, there's a couple of bits imbalances and things, but this is about the best that I see at the minute. Yeah, sells for now, mate. That's the best I can sort of gear.
If that trend, Lee, was your target, you'd extend it out to the right, would you? That furthest right trend you've got there. If you
This one.
decided you were, yeah. So you'd
Yeah.
extend that to the right if you're using it to target out into fresh air and hope your
Yes,
trade
mate.
came
Yeah.
up to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I think Tom figured this out during the week. Um, this trend line is live and valid, mate, until price comes and takes it out.
Right.
So that's how I view it anyway. So even if it
Yeah.
did,
Yeah. Sure.
as long as until it does that, this
Yeah.
is still there, mate. Even if it
Yeah.
happens a year down the line, things like that.
Yeah.
So
It's more. I'm just trying to figure out how you guys use them. But I get it. Yeah. It's a
yeah,
target. Yeah.
Yeah, I always thought it was the last wick, the last touch, but obviously not.
no, yeah. I think if you, I mean, if you think about it, and you probably realize yourself that obviously, if you're a trend line trader, then you would always, if like, so like for the one that we were just talking about, because I don't think that's good enough. I'll delete that one. Obviously, trend line traders will be going as soon as that comes up and touches that, it's possibly another sell coming up. So until it's taken and
Yeah, I think it was just because it was like a, what do you call it? Is it like an inverted one or whatever? Um, and it was looking for a buy, but it didn't come down and sort of
yeah,
go past it. I don't know, it's hard to explain without seeing it, but yeah, it was
yeah,
just a
yeah,
bit the other way for me.
yeah. I mean, this is a good example as well. So obviously it gets taken with this price here, that kills it. So
Yeah.
Yeah, you see them
obviously,
ones, yeah, that's quite easy to read that one, but I think the one I was looking at was Yeah, I don't know. Just
Yeah, I
didn't
think it
make.
was quite a steep trend line, wasn't it? If I remember rightly, I think it was
Yeah,
quite steep. I think it was AU actually.
it was AU. Yeah, it was at the that weekly sweep.
So I think it was up
Yeah,
here, I
down
think,
there.
wasn't it? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I think it was. I don't know. I think on it. So I think it was up here. This one there. Um, yeah, it's. I mean, I don't have a set of rules for steepness, mate, but either. But I remember thinking it was. Oh no, I think it was up there, wasn't it? That one. It was that, I think. Yeah, obviously it gets taken there. I mean, this is sideways, so it's probably different
Right.
from price action anyway. But yeah, I think it was out,
Yeah.
mate. But like I say, if you extend that, I mean, some people would call that a fake out. And obviously, you get a body close here, so at that point, I'd definitely be saying it. Even for, like I say, the people that believe in fake outs and things like that, then I would say for everybody that at this point where you get body closes and that, it's definitely lost at that point. Not that I understand
Yeah.
what a fake out really is. I don't understand it, I guess, but
It's inducement or trap.
yeah, yeah, I don't. Obviously, a fake out's a liquidity sweep, I'm guessing, then, in it, if to trend line traders, but it stays obviously like for this one here, obviously it stays price continues above what the trend line would be, I guess. Um, across there maybe, but I'm assuming it's just liquidity sweeps, mate. So once liquidity is taken, it's taken sort of thing, I guess. So
Mm.
it's not something I understand too much, but I view it as it's taken or the orders in the market have been triggered, so the trades, the pending orders would as a minimum be triggered, I guess. So it's induced but people into the market. So I won't say it's a fake out. It's just I don't know. Yeah, I don't understand it. It don't make it holds no relevance to me. I guess is the easiest way for me to say.
So that supply zone there.
This one here, mate.
Yeah.
Yes, it will be,
Can
mate. Yeah,
you wager that that's probability that's going to be that's a buy demand zone because the wicks are quite low and because it's got several
yeah.
lower wicks there. I'm just trying to work out these supply zones and how you tell whether it's a demand or a supply, really.
So obviously, a demand. It's I mean, it's technically a demand. I think so. Demand is
Yeah.
a lower zone to buy from, and supply is a higher zone to sell from.
But
Um,
how do you know before prices moved out a bit? That's what I'm asking. Can you tell by the fact that it's got those several wicks that come down and reject it back up again? Does that help you tell you that it's a demand zone?
yeah. So what would confirm a zone for me, mate, is a breaker structure. So
Right.
I mean, so I don't obviously I don't take any trades unless there's a breaker structure. So
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
technically it is a supply zone, a demand zone. Sorry, it is.
Yeah.
But like I've added rules to all my stuff, so it hasn't broke anything. So
Okay.
as far as I'm aware, it's likely to continue down.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, obviously it can be moved up to be a bit better if it's taken liquidity. But obviously
Mhm.
the breaker structure for me is the confirmation of a possible reversal. So if
Yeah.
I'll draw lines for you, mate. So
Yeah. Just
just
invent it, make it up on things.
yeah, so obviously we've got a downtrending market. This has
Went back in
it's not
time.
obviously taken, but I mean if it was looking for reversal, let's say that
Yeah.
took liquidity, which it possibly
Yeah.
has here. You want it to break above this previous high to at least then
Yeah.
go, it's going to come mitigate this
And you're
and
not
then
interested
continue.
until it does that because that's de-risking it for you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because it's
yeah.
proved that it's
Because
starting
it's
just to go up.
overall, mate, it's
Yeah.
down. So until I get a break above here,
Yeah. Okay. So you don't
It's
need to trying to trade that zone when it's created. You wait for the price to come back to it.
no, yeah.
Yeah,
As long
cool.
as the trend continues, obviously the
Yeah,
bearish trend, it's likely to just continue low and make a new low.
sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Especially
Okay.
especially because it looks like I'll take a magnet off of them. It's also become liquidity, like a pool of
Yeah,
liquidity. So it's a trend line. So chances are that this is just gonna come and mitigate something possibly up here. So what we've got here is obviously this is taking liquidity. Just let me put my magnet back on. I don't know if I'd class that. Possibly relative equal highs here. It's possibly mitigated an imbalance here as well, and then it's broken below some lows here.
yeah,
That so this is I'd have much preferred it to have taken this low, but yeah, I mean it might be on its way to. And then if it breaks this, if this is how it plays out, so if it does that and then mitigates this zone in here, then I would be looking for a sell from up here somewhere. Yeah, because obviously then it would have broken structure definitely below this candle, then mitigates. I would personally as well, if it did that, obviously I would mark the imbalances in here, and then I would wait for a. Oh, that's a terrible one. Obviously, me personally would be jumping on the 1 minute, so I would want to see mitigation, break a structure on the 1 minute, mitigation, then sell off.
yeah.
Obviously, I know green my 1 minute, so I'll turn it green. So yeah, if obviously if you imagine this was the same price action, I know the high is in different place, but
Yeah, that's cool. I got it.
if this was like 5 or 15, I'd want to see this on the 1.
Yeah.
So I'd want to see a further break and then a creation of another.
Lee,
Yes, mate.
see where the top of your blue box is?
Yes, mate. Yeah.
If you put that trend line on top of there, and then you bring the other side down,
On there.
would you say that's trend line?
Uh, yeah, very possibly, mate. Yeah.
That's how I marked it up. I thought
Yeah.
I was
I
looking
think,
for a
yeah.
sell out of there, and then I saw that, and I thought it could possibly be taking that.
Yeah. I mean, it's difficult on the 5 minute because you've got it looks worse because obviously you've got the candle body quite wide, obviously, but obviously I'm dead fussy about my trend lines, mate. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's the center of it. This is the center that matters, isn't it? I've had this problem.
yeah. So I mean, I would definitely accept this, I think, because I mean it's a little bit there. I mean, yeah, I'd definitely leave it there and just be wary if I was looking for sells out of here because of this. But
just want your 1 minute. If you get your 1 minute chuck, you sort of
yeah, so I mean, I'll have a look in this now on these seconds and see if there's anything nice. But obviously there's possibly imbalances just above. So again, this might be trap as well. So, but if I got the 1 minute, yeah, I mean, on 15 it looks like there's no imbalance. So, um, to people that don't look lower, yeah, there's nothing in that at all. So obviously anything above the even on the 1 minute it looks crap to be fair. Got this big wick. But Yeah, I mean, to average people that don't go lower than say the 5, this probably looks like a real nice little buy zone, sell zone, sorry. So this very much could be a trap. Didn't mean to do that. So, but I mean, that's a good point to make anyway, is that obviously, obviously we spoke about this possibly being a sell zone if we get the confirmation we want. So like now, I would be very reluctant to try and sell from here because obviously we've got liquidity which would be above it. Obviously we've just spotted that there's no imbalances that I can see on here in here anyway, so I don't think it will hold. But obviously there's people that wouldn't have seen that or noticed it or think to look at it. And we've possibly got more trend line here as well.
There's loads above it. It's just not pulled
Yeah.
back and give many
Yeah.
entries.
Yeah. Well, this is why
I don't think one session got took in about 3 weeks.
No. So like I say, I've been trying to actually buy this for too long to be fair, but I've reduced my zone now and I'd quite like it to get down here before buying. But I have had my eye on trying to catch a decent buy on it for a while now because there is decent targets up higher as well. And I think structure wise it makes sense as well. Maybe. So obviously this is the overall low at the minute that I would focus on, and we have had a very slight break above this one. So this would be a change of character, and then you would sort of hope it's coming to mitigate before obviously it's broken above here as well with this. I know this is messy, guys, but so change of character up here on a bigger time frame, and then obviously if you said this was a 4 hour structure here going on, got a break above here as well. So you would hope it's just coming down here to mitigate some more imbalance and break structure on more time frames. So we could well get buys from here to start taking other highs, things like that. So obviously it's not inevitable to happen like that. It could be doing its own thing, but this is main strategy at work, and if it presents itself, I'll take it, sort of thing. Because you've got to take every trade you can sort of catch on your strategy, because that's the only way you're going to get a true representation of your strategy as well. You can't be if everything meets your criteria, you should be taking it because you're not going to get a true reading of how successful the strategy is as well. Obviously, this leads on to me why I always say to when you're journaling, you should put every trade in your journal as well, whether you take it or not. So, but as long as it meets all of your rules, it should meet your journal, and obviously you should be taking it. So you can guarantee if you don't take it, that'll be the winner that would keep you up in a certain amount of profit or whatever. And if you take some and not others, you can, like I say, you can almost guarantee you'll end up taking the losers and not taking the winners. But that's why we build a trading plan and things around the data we collect, because then obviously you're not shocked when you come into the market. You're not just taking random trades. If your journal and your data shows that you win one out of 4 trades, but you go for a 1 to 7 or 1 to 8 or whatever number, you're not shocked when you take 3 losers, because it's part of it for you. But overall, you'll be fine because that's what your own data collection's shown. So yeah, that's that, guys. If there are any more questions, guys, because if not, I will think about calling it there, guys.
That all good for me, mate.
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks, Lee.
Yeah,
Yeah, nice one. Cheers, mate.
no worries, guys. As always, if there's any questions or anything you need me to look over, I'm always in the chat anyway. So just ping stuff in, and I'll obviously help as best I can. And hopefully, guys, we have a busy week now that we're a week or two past the elections. So I'm hoping
Yeah, I
things
hope
will
so.
start. Yeah, I've been wondering if like I've forgotten how to trade or something, do you know? Because I've just seen nothing, like pretty much nothing. So
Yeah.
it'd be,
Well, I only use a couple of pairs, so it kind of limits me, but still
yeah.
never been that quiet, I don't think.
No, it's yeah, I'm hoping we're just gonna get some normality back now, mate. Like I say, I think a few pairs are starting to hit areas as well that
Decent
I wasn't.
possible.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, day to day, I'm only trying to look at a handful of pairs myself, but because it's been a bit quiet, I've been trying to look at more as well. But I don't
Yeah, I get
particularly like look.
lost.
Yeah, with my main strategy, I could look at all pairs, but with just like me basic supply and demand, I try and stick to like two or three because I spend quite a bit of time just trying to look for these silly little imbalances, and it can take a lot of time up to be fair. So, and when you can catch like a 1 to 20 easily, you don't need to be taking many
No,
trades. So
you only need
you
one
need
of
you
them a
need
week, don't you? And
one a week, and you're laughing. So yeah, I'll call it there anyway, guys, and I will speak to you all in the groups in the group.
cheers, mate.
Cheers,
Nice one.
guys.
Cheers,
Thanks,
bud.
buddy. See
Bye,
ya.
lads. Bye, bye.
Yeah.
See you.